Okay, so the door frame. Uh, Working out the front hinges and stuff, or hinge. Um, I had said that I was gonna go with a hinge that looks like a regular Corvette, a real Corvette door hinge, only instead of two, there'd be one big one. Well, with the constraints, I have this much this much uh, distance to work with when the door's on. Let me show you. So after I had built the previous edition of this part right here, I had tried this little hinge part, the part that would go on this part, and another piece would attach to the inner door frame. And I realized I didn't have enough room. The piece that the other part two of the hinge would be like this big, right? There wouldn't be enough material there to make it structurally sound. So I cast that aside and went with my regular box hinge that I've had so much success with, that I know. Previous edition of this piece had me stacking 1 millimeter sheet pieces in different shapes this way to try to get this thickness, which wasn't working out. Once I put the door on, it made for even less room for hinges, so that had to go. And I decided to build it out this way instead of this way. I went this make a facade, and I made an opening for this hinge that you see here, regular box hinge. Like so, right? Now I'm about to do a test fit with my door. I mocked up where the inner part of the, like, if this is going to be like this, roughly, something like that, right? That's where that's going to go. Well, it's going to extend straight up for a ways and then go this way a little bit. It's not going to follow the actual door card. It's going to go this way, right? So that's what I mocked up right here. And when I mock it into place with the hinge in place, get that to go forward a little bit. There. Now there's like a micro, like 1/10 of a millimeter distance between the hinge and this part. Right? So I'm going to glue that, and when it's dry, I'll bring it back and we'll test it out together. I should also mention that I added a pin. Well, the pin that I use, it's more or less just a paper clip bent, but I put a little hook on it so that I can reach in when the door's open, and hopefully it's a little stiff because I put little tabs here to keep it from spinning forward and getting lost in the door. And I may need to put one on the other side to keep it from getting lost in the inner structure, but I think I should be able to get it out. But when the door is on and I want to remove it, which I will have to in order to paint this part, just this part, and I'll do the inner doors at the same time, I'm going to want to take it apart, so I added the pin. So we'll test that out at the same time after it's dry. All right, I can't wait anymore. It's been about 15 minutes or so. I'm I'm anxious to see what'll happen. I had to press the two plates. That's what it is two plates about the size of that each, pressing against each other, glued against each other. So I had to reach in there with this and press it together. There's my pin, you can see it, hopefully, and we'll try the door and then we'll put the hood on, make sure all that clears. So here we go. Yeah, saggage. All right. Let me just give it another pressing. All right. So obviously issues. We have binding. I gotta find out where. Oh, I think I see where. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Pop this out. Okay, so it won't open all the way, but I can test to see if this has any issue. Good. There we go. All right. Yeah, no issue there. Okay, so I found what the problem was. Let me pull this pin out. If I can. Now, see, we're testing this now. So, yeah. This isn't gonna work either. All right, well, glad I only left it 15 minutes or so to set up, because that shouldn't be too hard to take it apart. Yeah. All right, so the issue, I should have seen it coming, was in order for the door to swing in, I gotta get rid of about, what is that? Oh yeah, right. I gotta get rid of about this much from here forward, because the door is binding on that. So yeah. See how much exactly. So the door, I would, yeah, say about maybe not that much, but about that. Yeah, I was right about my first one. So I put for this plate, I put this stabilizer in here to hold it upright. That's gotta go. This sill plate has to be cut off right about there, and so I'll bring it back for an update on that after. Till then, later. Also, I figured out that when the door is swinging, it's pretty long and it's gonna hit this, so I gotta move this hinge forward about, say to about there, say about halfway between here in here, right about in the middle, right about there. So I'm going to do that too. Move the hinge, cut this bit out. Yeah, so I'll bring it back after that. Well, on the next video, I guess, or add it on to, I'll add this onto it. I don't know. We'll see anyway. Check you later. All right, so updates. I'd cut this part out in order for the door to fit in. I moved the hinge this way to the center of this panel, close to the center. I removed the piece that I put here because it's now going to fit up against the door. Let me show you. Put it in place. It's gonna go this way now. So the hinge is right there. It's right up against the outside of the door. I've made that so when that's loaded down with glue, well, not loaded down, but enough on it anyway, and pressed up against the door, it's gonna bond pretty good. So I'm gonna glue it, tape it back on. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna add some glue to this. Nice glob. All right. Get in there. All right. Take my door. Line it up. And on it goes. Tape it in place. And now we wait. I'm going to wait about 15 minutes like the last time. And then bring it back and we'll test it out again. All right. It's about that time. That's... Where did that go? Where did my tweeter go? Check it out. Binding. Oh. Binding on the front of the binding right there. Right here. But once it gets past that, it opens pretty wide. So I just gotta slide the door back a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, it's still not quite set. Slide it back a little bit. Now, oh, still kind of binds right there. But she opens pretty wide. And then once all the door frame is in and everything, and the striker and the slot and all that, and I'm going to add a dab of glue to the hinge to make it not so floppy like that, make it open and close nice and smooth. That's my trick to make them tight. A little bit of glue, let it set a little bit, and then work it so that it's opening smoothly. That's not bad. I can fix it so that it doesn't bind right when it's opening like that. But it opens pretty wide. It's a lot wider than this one. This one only opened because I didn't do the cutting of the door sill like I did on this one. I didn't cut the door sill that way on this one. So this one doesn't open nearly as wide. That's about as far as I can do it without breaking it. But this one, right open. Nice. So, now obviously that is only temporary, so I take it apart and prime it up and yeah, take it apart, take the door off, prime all this, prime all that, and back to working on, where is it, this. I gotta do a lot of sanding on that to get the shape, proper shape. So I'll make the T-top, make the A-pillars, make the inner door structure with the door card, and then the door frame beyond the card. So all that, everything else, all that's left is everything else. So that's it for this little bit experiment, which happened to work out. Cool. So yeah, see you later. I forgot to try something. I forgot to see if I could take my pin out. So obviously it looks like very much possible. Boom, look at that. Way easier than the last time. So yeah, so there, yeah, you can see what I did. Cool. That'll make it a lot easier to take apart. Let's put it back on. Let's see, do that. Sometimes I don't like these tweezers. Everything spins around on them. There. So yeah, cool. Don't even have to have the door open. Oh yeah, let's see what. I guess yeah, just be able to tilt it forward and pull the pin like so. Pop the door off. All right, forgot about that. I had to show you. So that's it for now. I'll see you on the next one.